The Job Support Scheme is the new coronavirus financial platform which will be used once the furlough scheme comes to an end. But what are the four big differences between the UK and German schemes? The Job Support Scheme is the new scheme introduced by the Chancellor of the Exchequer Rishi Sunak to help curb the tsunami of job losses in the aftermath of the coronavirus crisis. The furlough scheme has cost the UK around £40 billion, instead of an estimated £500 million for the new job support scheme. Express has compiled a guide to explain the differences in the UK scheme from the German scheme. Mr. Sunak's job support scheme announced on Thursday, September 25 aims to support workers which will replace furlough when it closes on October 31. The scheme begins on November 1, running for 6 months, topping up workers' wages when companies cannot take employees back on a full-time basis. Workers must undertake at least one-third of their usual working hours and the unworked hours. The cost will be split between the government and employer, each paying a third. All businesses are eligible for the scheme, but larger firms can also claim it if they can prove the business has been affected by the pandemic. The government's contribution amount is capped at £697.92 a month. Germany's Kurzarbeit scheme is a short-time work benefit scheme which came into its own during the financial crisis of 2008-2009. The program enables businesses to reduce workers' hours and apply to the government to have their wages subsidized. Before the coronavirus pandemic, the German government would cover 60% of an employee's lost salary or 67% for someone with children. But amid the crisis, this has now risen to 80%. The scheme previously ran for up to 12 months for each employee, but that has now been extended to last until the end of 2021. Kurzarbeit is thought to have saved up to 500,000 jobs during the global financial crisis of 2008-2009. The percentage of lost wages paid by the government will rise in stages, from 60% to 80% after the first 6 months. The cost of Kurzarbeit is relatively low compared to the UK's furlough scheme at an estimated €23.5 billion, £21.5 billion, to £40 billion respectively. The Kurzarbeit was expanded again in August by an estimated cost of €10 billion, £9.1 billion, to run for the next year compared to an estimated £60 billion in total, which the Office for Budget Responsibility estimates will be the final cost of the UK furlough scheme.